Hi there! Today we're going to talk about running a PESTLE analysis, what that means, and how to make a business strategy based on your PESTLE analysis. Imagine you're on a long journey and you're trying to decide the best place to set up camp. You would need to consider things like the weather, the landscape, nearby water resources, potential dangers like wild animals or even storms. The same thing goes for your business. It needs a safe and productive place to grow and flourish. And this is where PESTLE analysis comes into play. When someone is starting a new business or expanding to a different industry or market, they usually need to run a PESTLE analysis. And that stands for political, economic, social, technological, legal, and environmental. Think of it as a compass that helps you navigate the vast landscape of the business world. Now let's break down those factors. The first factor is political, and this deals with the impact of government policies, regulations, and political stability. It's about understanding how politics plays into your business, like what rules you have to follow or upcoming elections that might change those rules or change the way the market operates right now. The second factor is economic, and this looks at factors like inflation, employment rates, and exchange rates too. It's about how the economy affects your business. For example, during a recession, people might not have as much money to spend on your products if you're running a premium brand. However, it could be a great opportunity if you're a value brand. The third aspect is social, and this involves culture, demographics, and consumer attitudes. It's about understanding who your customers are, what they like, what they value, and how those things might be changing. The fourth factor is technological, and this covers innovation, automation, and technological awareness. It's about the cool new tech stuff that could change the way you do the business or the products you can offer. It also includes understanding how tech savvy your customers or the talent in that market is. The fifth factor is legal, and this involves current and upcoming legislation that can impact your company's operations. It's about what laws you have to follow, which can change, of course, depending on where you're doing business. This may have an impact on changing your product itself or some aspects of it, like its name or ingredients. The last aspect of the PESTLE analysis is environmental, and this looks at ecological aspects like weather, climate change, and sustainability. It's about the natural world and how it might affect your business. And these days, the environmental impact and sustainability is more important than ever. So let's dig deeper and see how to run a PESTLE analysis step by step. The first step is always preparation. So grab a sheet of paper or open a new spreadsheet and make 6 columns, one for each PESTLE factor: political, economic, social, technological, legal, and environmental. The second step is brainstorming and research. And now comes the fun part. It's time to put your thinking cap on and brainstorm. In each column, start writing down any factors that might impact your business. And don't worry about sorting them or deciding how important they are right now. Just write everything down. This step will require you to do a lot of research about the context, and you may need to go through news and check statistics and surveys released by official bodies or trusted entities. You may need to speak to the local consumers to understand their behavior better, or sometimes businesses would reach out to market research agencies to buy the specified information they need. The third step is analysis. So once you've filled out all the columns, it's time to take a closer look. So evaluate each factor you've written down and think about how it might impact your business, both positively and negatively, and consider the likelihood of that happening. The fourth step is to prioritize. Now you've got to prioritize because not all factors will have the same impact or likelihood. So you need to focus on the ones that matter most. You might want to use a scoring system here to help you decide what to focus on. And the last step is to strategize. The final step here is to use this information to develop your own strategy. How can you leverage the positive impacts, and what can you do to mitigate the negatives? This is where your PESTLE analysis really pays off. Remember that your PESTLE analysis isn't a one-time thing. It's a living, breathing process. And as the world around you changes, so should your PESTLE analysis. So make sure that you revisit it regularly and update it as needed. Of course, it depends on the context, but as a rule of thumb, you should run a PESTLE analysis every 5 years. Now let's look at how you can transform your PESTLE analysis into actionable strategies. Remember, it's all about leveraging the positives and minimizing the negatives. Imagine your technological analysis highlighted the increasing use of smartphones. This is a positive for your business if you're in the retail sector. Why? Because you can create a strategy to create a mobile-friendly online shopping platform. That way, you're leveraging this trend and making it easier for your customers to shop from anywhere, anytime. Another example might be from your environmental column. So let's say you've noticed a growing trend in environmental consciousness among consumers. If you're a food manufacturer, you might need to create a strategy to use more sustainable packaging and promote this change to attract environmentally conscious consumers. On the flip side, your analysis might have turned up some challenges. So, for instance, in the political column, you could have found potential for trade restrictions between countries. If you're a business that relies on international supply chains, this could be a huge problem. And your strategy in this case could be to diversify your suppliers, because having alternatives across different countries reduces your risk if any single country imposes restrictions. For the social column, maybe you've identified an aging population as a potential negative, especially if your products are primarily aimed at younger audiences. You can create a strategy to broaden your product range to appeal to older demographics as well. This ensures that your market doesn't shrink over time. In short, every challenge is a potential opportunity in disguise, and every opportunity, when used wisely, can become a competitive advantage. So don't just stop at analyzing. Take the next step to create a strategy and turn those insights into actions. Now, thank you very much for watching that video, and if you have any questions about how to run a PESTLE analysis, we would be happy to help you. Just drop us a comment and we'll get back to you.